lots to update on for our November real estate market update video. So as always, if you haven't, please follow the channel, like and subscribe, and we'll keep putting out information, keeping you updated on the market as well as we can, and what's happening here in the local Sacramento regions, Placer County, El Dorado County, and Sacramento County. So let's get into it. 2024 is almost over. That flew by, and it has been quite a interesting couple months. The election is over. The Fed's been dropping interest rates, and everybody is wondering, where is the real estate market headed? So while that is anyone's guess, I will try to give you some information and help you make your own conclusion about what to expect in the future, and then obviously how to make plans for your real estate future. So let's get into it. First off, I have my own expectations about the economy and the Fed funds rate and all that. So based on their comments, there may actually be one more rate drop coming later this year in their December meeting. We'll see. The markets did already price in the 0.25% or 25 basis point drop that was just announced this week. So financial markets didn't react too much to the Fed comments, although they did react positively initially to the election results. So we'll see how that plays out over the next couple months. Fed funds rate being reduced. Again, I have to remind everyone, the Fed funds rate, the short-term rate, is not the same as mortgage rates. They are different. Sometimes they move together, sometimes they move inversely. And that's what we saw at the last rate cut, was when the Fed came in and dropped the rate by 50 basis points, we actually saw mortgage rates increase over the next couple weeks. So keep in mind, those are two different things. This time around, the markets were expecting a 25 basis point cut, so there wasn't a lot of volatility, and actually mortgage rates have come down just a little bit from where they were a week or 2 weeks ago. So if you need an exact rate for your specific situation, let me know. I have some great local referrals. I would be glad to connect you with them. So the good news about the Fed dropping their short-term interest rate, that's going to help folks with auto loans, credit cards, consumer debt, home equity lines of credit, things like that. It's also going to help businesses. It's going to help with commercial debt. So all of those things are going to get a little bit of financial reprieve with some lower rates. All that being said, what are we going to see with mortgage rates? I don't know. That's tough to say. I really don't expect to see 3s and 4s anytime soon, if we do, for quite a while. We could definitely get back into the 6s, maybe low 6s. That's very reasonable. High 5s, I'm going to go 50-50 on that. Just depends how the financial markets unfold, how the bond market reacts to whatever we're going to see for the next 4 years. That is also anyone's guess. There's a lot of positive talk about the economy and getting businesses going again and all these things. But as we know, politicians like to talk, and sometimes their actions don't always line up with their promises. So we shall see. But the great news about that is, we're all personally responsible for ourselves, and we do the best that we can. And I appreciate the saying, he who knows the rules keeps the gold. And if you know how to play the game and you have a positive outlook and surround yourself with intelligent people that also understand how to properly structure your financial situation, then no matter what's happening, if you know how each administration acts, then you can adjust accordingly and still come out ahead. So I know that's a very general sentiment, but that's how I look at things. Sometimes it's a little bit more hard work than others, but I'm okay with that. So let's get into the Tri-County area. So despite the perception that you've seen a lot of homes out there with price reductions, Sacramento region has actually been pretty stable. Sold prices, home values, when adjusted for seasonal changes, have been pretty much stable. So year over year, median sales price in the Tri-County area is up 1.7%. However, month over month from September to October, it's actually down 1.5%. So inventory levels did peak in September. They have started to pull back, pretty normal for the season. However, pendings and sales got a little bump in October. I'm guessing that was probably due to mortgage rates improving and getting into the sixes. Obviously, that's changed, and we're heading into the holidays. So I think they're just going to be really quiet for the next couple months until we get past the first of the year. Days on market increased from 34 to 39 days. Still great to be under a month and a half. List price to sold price ratio continued. That was stable at 97%. Months of inventory increased, was increasing, but then dropped in October. Obviously, as sellers begin to pull their properties off the market heading into the holiday season. So in Placer County, inventory levels are also dropping off for the holidays. However, pendings and sales also saw that same bump last month in October. Things were kind of declining, and then they saw a little bit increase in activity. So again, most likely due to the rates improving. Let's see, days on market in Placer County held steady. That went increased from 37 to 43 days. Still great. Anything selling in less than 60 days is a great market. The sales price to list price ratio also held steady. That's at 97% in Placer County, same as the Tri-County area numbers. Median sold price in Placer County dropped month over month by 1.7% and year over year by 1.5%. So we're seeing a little bit different home value activity in Placer County versus the wider regional market. I would say I'm seeing Placer County has a little bit more of a valuation swing through the seasons. So springtime, we see a lot more activity. Home values are really increasing, and then they dropped off as we headed back into late summer and now getting into the winter months. So if you want actual numbers, the values increased about 10.6% from January to June, but then they have pulled back about 5% from June until October. So we'll see how home values finish out the last 2 months of the year, and then we'll have that a little bit better idea on the year over year value activity. So I'd say overall the 2024 home values are up, but we do see a larger increase in the first half of the year, a slight pullback in the second half of the year. Overall, things are pretty stable, even when adjusted for seasonality. So where are we headed? No one knows for sure. If I had to make an educated guess, I do expect we're going to see more of the same for 2025. I don't think we're going to see a booming real estate market. I also don't think we're going to see a declining or depreciating real estate market, at least not in the Sacramento region. I think things are going to be pretty stable overall. Inventory levels have been depressed since in comparison to our pre-COVID numbers. So we still have less sales happening. That's, again, because so many folks are locked in, great properties, 3% mortgage rates. It would take a significant decrease in the current mortgage market rates for those people to actually say, you know what, I'm going to give up my 3% because it's worth it for what I want to do. So the lower that mortgage rates go, the more of those home sellers will be unlocked, and we'll see more inventory hitting the market. We'll see more buyers getting back into the market. For right now, I do think we're going to continue to see some of those lower than normal sales numbers for the 2025 year. Overall, again, I think Sacramento region's pretty solid. Our home demand is outpacing our available supply. That's keeping things very stable. I would be more concerned for other national markets like Austin, Boise, Phoenix, Scottsdale, maybe parts of Florida. Those are seeing some pullback because they did see such a heated market during COVID. They really pushed their prices up artificially, and I don't think that's something that Sacramento really did to that level. So thankfully, that's some good news. That's it for this meeting or for this update. If you want to talk about your specific situation, let me know. Just had a great sit down with some clients. They're looking at potentially selling a home and moving, and we're really looking at what are the options there. I'm always a fan if you can keep a current residence and keep it as a rental, start building that real estate portfolio. That's amazing. Sometimes it's not possible and you need to cash out those funds in order to be able to make that next move. So those are some things that we really dig into. What's your equity position? How much of a difference is it really going to make on the new purchase? What are rates? How are you going to qualify? What does that whole financial scenario really look like for you? And dig in and make sure you're looking at all the numbers and all the options before you make that move. So if you are thinking about buying or selling, reach out. I'd love to sit down with you, make sure you're educated, know exactly what to expect, and how to make the right financial decision for your individual scenario. So hope to talk to you soon. Everybody have a great holiday season, and we'll be back next time. Bye.